Just now, crazy news about Shibarium came out, and it is a huge deal. It's so big that any news you've heard before pales in comparison to what I'm going to tell you in this video. This is the good stuff, so be sure to stay for it. Disclaimer, starting right away. The second blog in the series has finally been posted by Satoshi. As I said in yesterday's video, now that we have a second blog, we are getting closer and closer to the launch of Shibarium. Satoshi said that after the first blog, there will be about 4 or 5 more before Shibarium is launched. So I think we should all start doing what we can to get ready for Shibarium's opening. Second, the second blog talks about everything that happened with Shiba Inu in 2022. It is very informative. Satoshi wrote on his Twitter page, "Let's start the week off right. To let people know about this new blog. Nushi put him to rest in 2022. The year of learning looks back on the past year and ahead to Shibarium. Read it so you know what's going on. And you can be sure I've read up on it so I can tell you what it's all about." At the beginning of the blog, Satoshi reminds everyone of his role in the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Even though he agrees that he is not an ordinary member of the community, he says that he is just a member. Some people might see him as a god, and others might see him as the devil. He doesn't agree with either of them, though. He just thinks he's doing his best to make Shiba Inu the best. But I guess you can tell us in the comments if you think Satoshi fits any of those descriptions. Then he talked about why he had decided to end the breach. First, he thanked everyone who has been a breed, such as Trophies, Kraken, Queenie, and Milkshake, taking into account that they worked very hard and did a lot for the ecosystem. But Satoshi says that their jobs have changed. As part of their job to defend the project, they had to fight back against flooders and be ready to answer questions from the community all times. But they are now better helping Shiba Inu get deals with well-known companies like Bugatti Luggage Group, even without help from the real development team. So Satoshi thinks that they should use the name that the Trophies have given to the real team. This means that these guys are still in the Shiba ecosystem, but they are working on something other than protecting Shiba Inu. Shiba Eternity, the game about Shiba Inu, is the next thing he talks about in that blog. He starts by saying that making Shiba Eternity cost more than the team had planned, especially since they hired a professional game development studio, Play Studios, to do the job. You can probably attest to the fact that the game turned out really well, but it seems that the dev team wasn't able to cover their costs on launch day, even though the game was #1 in both app stores. But it doesn't seem all bleak. Satoshi says in a letter that still, "I'd like to thank William Volk, who has been working with app and revenue drivers that push installs CPI, ARPU, and other metrics that will let us keep scaling until we finally reach profitability and turn the tide of the iOS and Google Play versions of the game. Even though I know it will be hard to do this without spending millions of dollars in marketing." He doesn't think the game is a failure because the plan was to release a game that plays well and can be used to help the cheapo community as a whole. And that's what the game is all about. But there are plans to add a lot more fun to the game, like more levels and tournaments. All of that will happen, though, only after Shibarium has started. The next thing Satoshi talks about is something that most of us didn't know. Wely was brought into the Shiba Inu ecosystem, but it sounds like the breeds were not happy about it, and he doesn't know why. Do you know why the breeds might not have wanted to be part of Wely? Please tell us what you think by leaving a comment below. So, Satoshi tells us what's going on with Wely. They have started to fix up their first location, are getting ready to buy and design their second, and are also working on a lot of franchise opportunities. He also says that he has done research to figure out how to make Wely work for the greater good of the Shiba Inu project and be useful in real life instead of just a point system. He seems pretty sure of what he has come up with, but we won't know what it is until it gets beta tested. Satoshi then talks about Shiba Fashion and when it started. When we talk about Shiba Fashion, we are definitely talking about the John Richmond partnership. There's also something here that most of us probably didn't already know. The dev team met the John Richmond team because of the Wely team. If you thought this was really helpful, please leave a comment and tell your friends about this video. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, so I can keep making videos that are better and better. Anyway, Satoshi started by saying that there was supposed to be a launch of 40 sheep pieces that took longer to make than expected. He knows that it takes time to make unique, one-of-a-kind things, but by the time the pieces were ready to be released, the market had taken away their chance. He would have had to take money out of his own pocket to do that, but they were able to find a way to stop that from happening. So the 40 pieces will no longer be launched. Instead, we'll get avatars and the metaverse that are dressed in John Richmond Egg Shiba Inu clothes. This is what every avatar will wear. He also says that I haven't given up hope of seeing a supermodel dressed up as a Shiba Inu. In fact, I found tailors who were faster and cost less. I'm working on a new way to distribute our products and a new way to price them. This will help us save money on custom design, which we can give back to the community. This will let us move forward when the time is right with bespoke sheep's clothing. He went right into talking about sheep, which is the metaverse. But before we talk about that, this channel gives away 100,000 sheep every day. All you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. #Shiba Inu. Good luck! Also, when you become a member, you can join a private group. Join me in a chat where we can talk about crypto gems, money, and success. If you want to join the metaverse, you can click that button. Satoshi starts by saying that William Volk, the lead developer of Shiba Eternity, introduced him to the team working on the Shiba Inu metaverse, which he thinks is the best metaverse in the world. So, this team and a Shiba NV team are both working on the metaverse. And the Shiba NV team is made up of people from both the real team and the growth team. He says that the team has been working hard even though they are under budget. And then he invites everyone to come to this W 2023, where they can see what the metaverse will look like. If you went, you might even get some Shiba stuff. Satoshi says that Shibarium is the last project he talks about. He jumps right into it by saying, "So, as you can see, many people criticize my choices to work on certain projects. But my main goal the whole time was to figure out how to make Shibarium different, useful for the common ecosystem, and not just scammy projects, and to find the best team possible for the job. I've kept it with a single-minded focus, even though people kept asking me when she was going to bury him and saying mean things about my character." He then talks about how working on SHIB has been hard on him, his money, and his relationships. He also said that people have followed him, tried to get money from him, and even sent him death threats. He felt like he needed to go on a spiritual journey because of this, and he says that it has helped him decide to deal with things better and be the best version of himself. He seems to have learned to trust the different Shiba teams and let them mostly do their own thing. There's still no launch date or even a launch window for the beta launch of the Roman 11 bearing platform. Satoshi only said, "Soon, friends. Stay healthy until then, so well be well." But I hope you know you can say what you think in the section below. We've reached the end of this video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section for comments. This helps me a lot with how YouTube works. Also, please let as many people as possible know about this video. Let's tell everyone about this.